Hey, what's up, viewers? Patrick from Bible Versus Only back with another YouTube video, and this is episode number 3 of God's Will Week on Bible Verse of the Day. And today's verse comes out of 1 Peter 2, verse 15, and it reads, "For it is God's will that by doing good you should silence the ignorant talk of foolish people." And that's what that verse means. So let's get right into it. It's time for our religious recap. We continued Mere Christianity. That's the book by C.S. Lewis, for those who don't know. And last night we looked at Christian behavior. So before I read you stuff from the slides, we're gonna actually stay in Peter for a little bit, but we're gonna jump over to 2 Peter, chapter 1, verses, let's see here, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here's what it says, starting at verse 3 of 2 Peter, which reads, "His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and goodness. Though through these he has given us his very great and precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature, having escaped the corruption in the world caused by evil desires. For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodliness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness, and to godliness mutual affection, and to mutual affection love." And in addition, I'm gonna skip that. There was a verse from Luke, and I don't even know. It wasn't really a specific verse, although I wrote a verse down. Alright, now the notes. We looked at Christian behavior last night. Let's get straight into it. So let me just break down the chapters a little bit before we get into the real thing. So the first chapter is the 3 parts of morality. The second one's the cardinal virtues. The third is social morality. The fourth is morality and, I don't even know what that is. Psychoanalysis? Yes, psychoanalysis. The fifth one is sexual morality. The sixth is Christian marriage. The seventh is forgiveness. The eighth is the great sin. 9's charity. 10's hope. 11's faith. And also 12's faith. So the first thing that we looked at last night was morality. Alright. In morality, as some imagine, something that interferes, something that stops you having a good time. No. Oh, wait. It was a question. Is morality, as some image, something that interferes, something that stops you, having a good time? The answer is actually no. Because it means, it meant to keep you from quote unquote stripping the gears. Whatever that means. Then there's 3 parts to this. The first one is fair play and harmony between individuals. The second one is tidying up or harmonizing the things inside each individual. And the third one is the general purpose of human life as a whole. Now, in a good perspective, Rob used a really good perspective last night. He used the perspective of a fleet of ships. So basically, agreeing not to wreck into one another is fine, but not enough. If the ships are broken down on the inside, they won't steer properly and will run into someone else. If someone says he can do what he likes with his own boat as long as he doesn't hit anyone else, he assumes the boat belongs to him. This is the question of why they matter. Here's the little perspective about cardinal virtues. Cardinal virtues are not just about deeds of virtue, but about becoming a certain kind of person. God is looking to make us certain kinds of people so that we may be fitted for the forever he has in mind. Now looking at social morality, Lewis basically describes how Christian morality might affect society and also our dealings with others. He basically wraps this whole thing up with basically by acknowledging that we all will find something about what he has said that we do not like. We are prone to look for something that supports our different views rather than something that calls us to act differently. His point is that we will never arrive at a changed society without changed people. The second and third points of morality cannot be avoided. Something to change human beings inside and their understanding of what life is about is needed. I'm going to skip a few of these. For forgiveness. So here's forgiveness. Basically, he says, everyone says forgiveness is a lovely idea until they have something to forgive, as we had during the war. And then to mention this subject at all is to be greeted with the howls of anger. It's not that people think this is too high and difficult a virtue. It is that they think it's basically hateful and contemptible. Basically, that sort of talk makes them sick. And they say, and half of you already want to ask me, I wonder how you'd feel about forgiving the Gestapo if you were a Pole or a Jew. So do I. I wonder very much. It is made perfectly clear that if we do not forgive as we shall not be forgiven, there are no two ways about it. What are we to do? And looking at charity, the first of the three theological virtues, love in the Christian sense, not a matter of the feelings but of the will. Love increases as we make the choice to act loving, and hate increases as make the choice to be cruel. Skipping over to faith, believing not because it fits our mood, but because we have come to believe because of the evidence. Holding steady when moods change. And all right, the verse to leave with today. Psalm 119:2 says, blessed are those who keep his statutes and seek him with all their heart. And that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time we meet again, viewers. In every way, God's way is always the best way.